Hey guys, it's Chris Racine back again for another informative video here. This one will deal with the new Vepr Molot Ban. Unfortunately, this video I didn't have any time to make it here a few days back, so it's about 3 days late. Unfortunately, so I apologize for that fact because I couldn't make it on Tuesday because I was doing too much work. So that's why I was making it today, which is Friday. I just want to touch base with the actual Molot Vepr Ban that people are up in arms about right now online, and what my opinion of it is as well too. And I got the actual I'm going to call it transcript they have from the what's it called here, the Treasury Department on here about the actual ban. Apparently, the U.S. Department of Treasury added the Molot factory to a list of the banned Russian import companies for firearms and you know, stuff of that nature. And Molot makes the extremely popular Vepr platform of AKs and shotguns as well too. And unfortunately, Molot is now one of the 38 individual entities that the actual Department of Treasury have been adding to the ban. And apparently this ban also expands the Obama-era sanctions placed against Russia after the Russians annexed the Crimean Peninsula in Ukraine back in I think it was early 2014 or late 2013. I can't remember exactly, so forgive me for my historical data facts right there about that specific thing. I'm just talking about the actual ban. Unfortunately, if you're in the market for a Vepr 12 or the actual Vepr shotgun, probably the time has already passed for purchasing one. And I'd say probably the best bet to buy one now would be like Gunbroker, Guns America, Arms America, something, one of the online online bidding sites out here, because I was online about 3 days ago, like looking up Vepr 12s and the actual Vepr AKs, and after I seen the ban list on one of my websites here, it's called gunsamerica.com. That's what I got right in front of me here from their actual page on June the 21st about it. And apparently they had a lot of people making a mad rush trying to buy every Vepr they can possibly find on all the websites like Classic, IM Surplus, Legion USA, and most of the other actual importers they actually have in stock also, like KVAR as well too, because I think KVAR is probably about the biggest one actually in the United States. I think it was importing because they're out in Las Vegas out there, and I think they're right next to Fine Corp as well too. And unfortunately, this ban basically limits United States citizens from actually owning rifles that they specifically want. And personally, I think this is a terrible move for the Trump administration to make, because as far as I know, from what I heard from like legal people, the U.S. Department of Treasury is under the control of the executive branch. So as far as I know, I think Trump would have to either sign off, or he would know full well about this ban prior or post to it actually happening. So this is definitely a notch against Trump in my specific case, because I thought Trump was going to try to help relations between us and Russia over there, so we can get a lot of stuff unbanned, like the old Sega 12 shotguns and a lot of the SGL 21 AKs as well too. But this thing only expands the Obama-era sanctions against Russia, and it doesn't go the opposite way as Trump kept on saying he wanted to have, you know, peaceful, meaningful relationship with the Russians over there, so we can have some kind of, you know, we're gonna call new era of friendly conversation and diplomatic relations between them. But apparently, this is going the complete opposite way, and most people in the United States who actually own Veprs or thinking about owning Veprs, this really pissed them off, to say lightly. And if you're in the market for an AK right now, this definitely limits your ability to, you know, buy a quality AK as well too. On top of that, so right now, I'd say if you can find a Vepr 12, Vepr AK out there, I'd say go ahead and purchase it, because you'll probably never see one on the market ever again, simply because these bans, they usually last in perpetuity. And if they're anything like the older bans from like back in 2013, 2014, the Obama put through, plus if most people are old enough to remember, they had bans back in the late 80s and early 90s that Bush Sr. put through for the Chinese Polytech Legend and the Norinco AKs as well too, and it was actually a Republican who actually did that as well too, and they banned those high quality AKs from China, and that was another notch against them right there as well too. So personally, like I said before, you're in the market for an AK or AK like the Vepr 12. I got it right here. This is going to be one of the last ones I have. I only got to buy 3 of them here anyway, so these things are definitely going to be going up in price because of this ban. And if you're in the market for an AK or it's a Vepr 12, I'd recommend going out and purchasing one as soon as possible. If your local gun store has one, I'd recommend calling them and maybe doing like a called pre-order or pre-purchase, see if they can hold your gun right there for that. Maybe give them another 20 or 30 bucks or something on top of the original price of the gun, so they can hold your Vepr 12 right there. But as of right now, the ban is implemented, and you can no longer actually purchase the ones that are actually coming over after the ban, because what happens is the ban affects new ones being shipped over. It does not affect what you have in your country right now, what's being in the warehouses right now, and what's actually being shipped over from Russia right now. It only affects new stuff coming over after the stuff that's already in this system. So I guess after this ban goes through, everything up to that point, or I should say everything after that point, is being imported. You can no longer get it because it's going to be stopped at the border and either sent back or held in customs. So from what I understand, I talked to a few people at some of the companies out there, like I said before, like Fime Corp and KVAR. Everything that they have in stock is okay. Everything they have in a warehouse is okay. Everything they still have in a cargo ships is actually coming over is okay. So you can definitely buy it. Personally, I still believe they probably will have some more cargo ships, or maybe one cargo ship coming over with some of these AKs in the cargo hold. So I recommend keeping an eye out for the next maybe 1 or 2 months. You go to KVAR, go to Classic Firearms, go to AIM Surplus, and just see if you can like sign up for some kind of a restocking notice or something on a website that will give you some kind of heads up or notification whenever they might come back in stock, because I believe all the big retailers will definitely have some kind of a small limited supply stock probably in the near future, probably within maybe 2 to 4 weeks from this actual week. So just keep an eye out for that if you're seriously interested in getting a Vepr 12 right there for that. So that's about as best I can tell you right there, guys. After that ban goes into effect, and there's no longer any brand new ones on the market. The only ones you can actually buy, I believe, are going to be like the Arsenal brand AKs, the actual Bulgarian ones, because the Bulgarian ones aren't actually put on any sanction list. And plus, you also have the actual Romanian, the Yugoslavian ones. Plus, you're also going to have the typical United States produced AKs as well too. But the problem is, you got like the Central International Arms, you got some of the, like a Red Army Standard, and all those other AKs are pretty much junk in my personal opinion, because they got a lot of cast parts and stuff like that, and unfortunately because of that, the quality is simply not there for the long-term haul, as opposed to the typical Russian and Chinese and Bulgarian AKs out there as well too. So sad news for the past Tuesday, guys. Like, I actually can't believe Trump actually implemented something like this, and it's a kind of productive in my personal opinion. He never should have did it all for that, because it's really going to limit all the people who actually want to buy firearms, and especially people in the AK community. That's mainly what I am right there as well too, and it's another form of the government control has of the people. It's limiting your ability to choose what kind of weapon you want to own or purchase out there for that. And it's never a good sign at all for even having a Republican in the office right there for that. So I also made a call at the bottom of the page here. I also have a link to a it was called change.org. It's a petition I made a couple days back. So if you want to sign a petition to try to get this ban possibly removed or simply rescind it on the Trump. I think what they do on change.org is they actually get enough people to sign your petition, and they I think they either email, they fax it to Trump, and hopefully he might be able to read it and give you some kind of reply, and see if they can try to rescind something like this in the near future or sometime down the road, hopefully, so we can get the AKs flowing back in the United States after this ban is in for maybe a short period of time. So if anybody has any comments, questions, as normal, just feel free to leave me a message here, and I'll try to answer more detailed questions, because I only have a finite amount of information right here about it, specifically about the actual ban. So just feel free to leave me a message, and I'll try to get back to you within probably about 24 to 48 hours about this ban's more specific details. So I'll see you guys, and have a nice day.